Chevy's CEO just announced they have really bad news for Chevy Silverado owners. And this isn't just bad, it's the kind of revelation that could leave every Silverado owner rethinking their trust in this legendary truck. What if I told you that critical issues are brewing, issues that could drain your wallet, compromise your safety, and challenge everything you thought you knew about Chevy's reliability? This isn't just an isolated problem, it's a growing concern that has Silverado owners and fans buzzing with worry. What's really happening to one of the country's best-selling trucks? Why are these issues coming to light now? And most importantly, what does this mean for you? Whether you own a Silverado, are thinking about buying one, or are simply a fan of the brand. The bad news unfolds. The shocking news about the Chevy Silverado is facing a storm of challenges. For years, it's been the go-to truck for millions of people, but something has gone terribly wrong. Reports are coming in, and they're not what loyal Silverado fans want to hear. Problems that could jeopardize its reputation, leave owners frustrated, and even shake the foundations of Chevy's dominance in the truck market. This isn't just another minor recall or a technical hiccup. It's a wave of issues that has the potential to change everything. Imagine buying a truck you've always trusted, only to find out it might not live up to the legacy it was built on. What's happening to the Silverado, and more importantly, what does it mean for the millions of people who rely on it every day? What's going on with the Silverado? What the bad news stems from multiple fronts. Recent reports from Silverado owners have highlighted everything from transmission problems to safety concerns. For some, it's been issues with braking systems, while others have faced inexplicable engine failures. And then there's the worrying increase in complaints about electrical malfunctions, leaving some drivers stranded with no clear solution. These problems aren't just rare one-off cases, they're part of a growing pattern, and the numbers are starting to paint a grim picture. Forums are buzzing with frustrated owners sharing their stories, and social media is amplifying the noise. The Silverado, once a symbol of reliability, is now at the center of debates about quality control and corporate accountability. Chevy's response? It's been a mixed bag. While they've acknowledged some of the issues and initiated recalls, the scope of the problems has left many feeling like the solutions are coming too little, too late. Owners are asking themselves, if Chevy can't guarantee reliability, what does that mean for my investment? Why is this happening? To understand why the Silverado is facing these challenges, we need to take a closer look at Chevy's production and decision-making processes. Over the past few years, the automotive industry has been rocked by supply chain disruptions, soaring material costs, and a global push toward electric vehicles. In the rush to stay competitive, could Chevy have overlooked the fundamentals that made the Silverado a trusted brand in the first place? Insiders suggest that cost-cutting measures might be at play. As automakers compete in an increasingly crowded market, some are making compromises to maintain profitability. Could the Silverado's issues be the unintended consequences of prioritizing speed and cost over quality and safety? It's also worth noting the shift in consumer expectations. Modern truck buyers demand more than just durability. They want cutting-edge technology, luxurious interiors, and advanced safety features. Chevy has been trying to keep up, but has this focus on innovation led to shortcuts elsewhere? The voices of Silverado owners. No one feels the impact of these problems more than the owners themselves. The frustration is palpable. Silverado drivers, many of whom are fiercely loyal to Chevy, are now questioning their trust in the brand. I've always been a Chevy guy, one owner shared on a popular forum, but after spending thousands on repairs for issues that shouldn't even exist, I'm not so sure anymore. Another commented, I bought this truck to rely on it for work. Now I'm constantly worried it'll break down when I need it most. These aren't just complaints, they're stories of disrupted lives and financial strain. For many, their Silverado isn't just a truck, it's a livelihood, a family vehicle, and a trusted companion. The emotional toll of these issues runs deep, and it's not something Chevy can ignore. This growing dissatisfaction is more than just a PR problem, it's a signal that something fundamental needs to change. The question is, how will Chevy respond, and will it be enough to restore the faith of their loyal customers? The Silverado's legacy under threat. The Chevy Silverado has been a cornerstone of the American auto industry for decades, known for its rugged durability, dependable performance, and the sheer versatility that made it a favorite among families, businesses, and adventurers alike. The Silverado isn't just a truck, it's an institution. From its earliest models to the latest iterations, this vehicle has carried the weight of Chevy's reputation on its broad shoulders. But today, that legacy is in jeopardy. The problems plaguing the Silverado aren't just technical glitches, they're cracks in a foundation that was once unshakable. For years, the Silverado has been a symbol of what Chevy stands for: toughness, reliability, and American ingenuity. And now, these qualities are being called into question. How did we get here? To understand the current crisis, we have to look back at the factors that brought this iconic truck to the edge of trouble. Design decisions that missed the mark. Every generation of the Silverado has brought updates and innovations, but not every change has been a success. Some of the most recent models have introduced features that, while impressive on paper, have failed to live up to expectations in the real world. Owners have reported issues with advanced driver assistance systems like lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control, which sometimes behave unpredictably or fail to function entirely. The reliance on cutting-edge technology is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it keeps the Silverado competitive in a market where tech integration is king. But on the other hand, these features demand precision and rigorous testing, something that may have been compromised in the rush to roll out new models. Then there's the question of aesthetic choices. The Silverado's design has evolved to appeal to a broader audience, but some longtime fans feel it has lost its rugged charm. It feels like they're trying too hard to make it something it's not. One owner lamented, "I don't need my truck to look like a luxury SUV. I need it to work like a truck." The electric elephant in the room. No discussion about the auto industry today can ignore the electric vehicle revolution, and Chevy is no exception, as automakers race to meet stricter emission standards and position themselves as leaders in the EV market. Traditional vehicles like the Silverado are being pushed into the background. Chevy has made ambitious plans to electrify its lineup, including an electric version of the Silverado. While this promises to be an exciting development, it's clear that the shift in focus has left the current lineup in a precarious position. Resources and attention are being diverted to EV projects, and the result is a noticeable decline in the quality and consistency of the Silverado's combustion engine models. This transition is also creating uncertainty among Silverado owners. Will Chevy prioritize the electric Silverado, leaving traditional truck owners with fewer options and less support? Or will the electric model inherit the same quality issues that are currently plaguing its predecessors? The stakes are high, and the answers aren't reassuring. Rising costs, dwindling value. One of the most tangible ways Silverado owners are feeling the impact of these problems is in their wallets. Over the past few years, the cost of owning a Silverado has climbed steadily. From higher sticker prices to increased maintenance and repair costs, owning this iconic truck is becoming less of a practical choice for many. Take the transmission issues, for example. Fixing a faulty transmission can cost upwards of $4,000, not to mention the downtime and inconvenience it causes. Electrical repairs, often involving complex systems, can add another few $1,000s to the tab. For a truck that's supposed to be a workhorse, these costs are not just frustrating, they're unsustainable. And it's not just current owners who are feeling the pinch. The Silverado's resale value is taking a hit as well. Trucks that once commanded top dollar on the used market are now sitting on lots longer, with prices dropping to reflect buyer hesitancy. This erosion of value is a hard pill to swallow for owners who see their investment losing its edge. Dealers in the crossfire. While Silverado owners bear the brunt of the issues, dealerships are also caught in the middle of this crisis. Service departments are overwhelmed with repair requests, many of which require parts that are in short supply due to lingering supply chain disruptions. For dealerships, this isn't just about managing logistics, it's about preserving relationships with customers who are quickly losing faith. Imagine being a dealer tasked with explaining to a loyal customer why their new Silverado needs a major repair just months after purchase. It's a conversation we're having too often, admitted one dealer, and every time it gets harder to convince people that this is just a one-off problem. The pressure isn't just coming from customers. Chevrolet's corporate leadership is leaning on dealers to maintain sales numbers and move inventory, even as the reputation of their flagship truck takes a beating. It's a precarious situation, with dealers left to navigate the fallout of decisions they had no part in making. Competitors capitalizing on Chevy's missteps. While the Silverado struggles, its competitors are seizing the opportunity to gain ground. Ford's F-Series continues to dominate the market, with the Ford F-150 consistently setting the standard for performance, reliability, and innovation. Then there's the Ram 1500, which has built a loyal following thanks to its combination of rugged capability and refined comfort. These trucks aren't just competitors, they're alternatives. For Silverado owners who are fed up with recurring issues and declining value, the idea of switching to a Ford or Ram is becoming more appealing. And for first-time truck buyers, Chevy's current challenges make it harder to justify choosing a Silverado over a competitor. Even newer players in the truck market like Rivian and Tesla are drawing attention with their electric offerings. While these vehicles target a different segment of the market, their emergence underscores the urgency for Chevy to address the Silverado's problems before losing even more ground. The human cost of a truck in crisis. Behind every story of a faulty Silverado is a person whose life has been disrupted. For some, the truck is a lifeline, a tool they rely on to do their jobs, support their families, and enjoy their hobbies. When that tool fails, the consequences go far beyond inconvenience. Take the story of Sarah, a construction worker who has driven a Silverado for over a decade. "It's always been reliable," she said, "but my new one has been in the shop more times than I can count. I'm spending more time worrying about my truck than I am focusing on my work." For Sarah and countless others like her, the Silverado's issues aren't just mechanical, they're personal. This human element is often overlooked in discussions about vehicles, but it's a crucial part of the story. Trucks like the Silverado aren't just machines, they're companions on the road of life. When they falter, the impact is deeply felt. The ripple effect on Chevy's reputation. Chevrolet has built its brand on trust and reliability, and the Silverado has been a cornerstone of that reputation. But the current crisis is eroding that trust, not just among Silverado owners, but across Chevy's entire customer base. Brand loyalty is a fragile thing. Once it's broken, it's hard to rebuild. For every owner who decides to give Chevy another chance, there's another who turns to a competitor, sharing their negative experience along the way. In the age of social media, these stories spread quickly, amplifying the damage to Chevy's image. Chevrolet's leadership is undoubtedly aware of the stakes, but awareness alone isn't enough. Actions speak louder than words, and the company's response to this crisis will determine whether it can recover or whether the Silverado will become a cautionary tale in automotive history. The industry at a crossroads. The Silverado's struggles are a microcosm of the challenges facing the entire auto industry as manufacturers navigate the transition to electric vehicles, manage supply chain disruptions, and balance the demands of innovation with the expectations of reliability. The road ahead is anything but smooth. For Chevy, the stakes are particularly high. The Silverado isn't just a product, it's a symbol of the brand's identity, and as that symbol falters, it raises questions about Chevy's ability to adapt and thrive in a rapidly changing market. But these challenges also present an opportunity. If Chevy can learn from this crisis and implement meaningful changes, it could set a new standard for how automakers handle adversity. The question is whether Chevy is willing to take the necessary steps, or whether it will continue to stumble under the weight of its own legacy. The immediate fallout for Silverado owners. The current crisis surrounding the Chevy Silverado has left many owners in a bind, facing problems they never anticipated when they purchased their trucks. From costly repairs to extended downtime, the ripple effects are being felt in garages and driveways across the country. These aren't just mechanical issues, they're disruptions to daily life, work schedules, and personal plans. For drivers who rely on their Silverado for work, the stakes are even higher. Imagine being a contractor, landscaper, or delivery worker and discovering your truck isn't up to the task. These professions depend on reliability, and when the Silverado falls short, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a threat to someone's livelihood. Owners report losing valuable workdays waiting for parts or repairs, all while their income takes a hit. And it's not just about the monetary costs. The emotional toll of losing confidence in a vehicle you once trusted is significant. Silverado owners are proud of their trucks. They've invested time, money, and sentiment into them. Watching that investment fail to deliver feels like a betrayal, and for many, it's left a sour taste that's hard to ignore. Dealerships under pressure. While owners bear the brunt of the issues, dealerships are facing a storm of their own. Service departments are overwhelmed with repair requests, often for problems they're struggling to resolve due to supply chain delays and limited parts availability. It's a scenario that creates frustration on all sides. Dealers want to help their customers, but they're hamstrung by factors beyond their control. For dealerships, this isn't just about fixing trucks, it's about maintaining relationships. Longtime Chevy customers are coming back with complaints and concerns, only to find solutions are slow and sometimes unsatisfactory. Dealers are left trying to smooth things over, often without clear guidance or adequate resources from Chevrolet's corporate offices. The financial impact on dealerships is another layer of complexity. Unsold inventory is piling up as potential buyers hesitate, worried about the issues plaguing the Silverado. Meanwhile, the cost cost of maintaining a fleet of trucks that aren't moving off the lot adds to the strain. Some dealerships have even reported having to offer steeper discounts just to attract cautious buyers, an unsustainable practice that eats into their already slim margins. A widening trust gap. The trust between a brand and its customers is built over time through consistent quality, reliable service, and a sense of shared values. For Chevrolet, that trust has been a cornerstone of its success, particularly with the Silverado. But as these issues continue to unfold, that trust is being tested, and for some, it's starting to break. Online forums and social media are filled with stories of disappointed Silverado owners. Many are voicing their frustrations publicly, sharing experiences of repeated trips to the repair shop, costly fixes, and a lack of communication from Chevy. These posts don't just reflect individual dissatisfaction, they're shaping the broader narrative around the Silverado, turning personal grievances into public relations headaches. One frustrated owner wrote, "I've been a Chevy loyalist for over 20 years. My last Silverado lasted me nearly a decade without a hiccup, but this new one, it's been nothing but problems. I hate to say it, but I'm considering switching to Ford." Comments like this highlight the growing loyalty gap that Chevy needs to address if it hopes to retain its customer base. The resale value plunge. One of the most tangible effects of this crisis is the impact on the Silverado's resale value. Trucks that once commanded top dollar on the used market are now seeing a significant dip in their worth. For current owners, this is more than just a financial inconvenience. It's a blow to their long-term plans. Many buy trucks like the Silverado with the expectation of strong resale value, which can offset the cost of upgrading to a new model. Now, those plans are in jeopardy. Dealers are reporting slower sales for used Silverados, with potential buyers hesitant to invest in a vehicle that has garnered so much negative attention. This hesitancy drives down prices, creating a cycle that leaves current owners feeling stuck. Selling their truck won't fetch the same value it once did, and keeping it means potentially dealing with costly repairs. The decline in resale value also has broader implications for Chevy. Trucks like the Silverado are often seen as a reliable investment, with strong residual value being a key selling point. If that perception changes, it could hurt Chevy's ability to attract new customers who prioritize long-term value when making their purchasing decisions. Competitors are watching. While Chevrolet grapples with these challenges, its competitors are keeping a close eye and capitalizing on the opportunity to win over disgruntled Silverado owners. Brands like Ford and Ram are stepping up their game, highlighting the reliability, durability, and performance of their trucks in marketing campaigns that subtly and sometimes not so subtly take aim at Chevy's struggles. The Ford F-150, long considered a rival to the Silverado, is emerging as an even stronger competitor in this climate. Ford's focus on innovation, coupled with a commitment to maintaining quality, has kept its flagship truck at the top of the sales charts. Similarly, the Ram 1500 continues to impress with its blend of rugged capability and refined comfort, drawing in buyers who might have otherwise considered a Silverado. Even newer entrants to the market, like Rivian and Tesla, are gaining traction. While their electric trucks target a different segment, they're adding to the pressure Chevy faces. These brands represent a shift in consumer expectations, prioritizing sustainability and cutting-edge technology. As Chevy focuses on managing the Silverado crisis, it risks falling behind in the race to define the future of trucks. The electric question. Chevrolet's plans for an electric Silverado are ambitious, positioning the truck as a cornerstone of its transition to a more sustainable lineup. But the current issues with the traditional Silverado raise an important question. Will the electric version inherit the same problems? Building a successful electric truck is no small feat. It requires not only cutting-edge technology, but also meticulous attention to quality and reliability, areas where Chevy is currently falling short. If the electric Silverado launches with similar issues, it could further erode consumer confidence and set back Chevy's EV ambitions. There's also the question of whether current Silverado owners are ready to make the leap to an electric truck. For many, the appeal of the Silverado lies in its traditional internal combustion engine, a symbol of power, reliability, and familiarity. Convincing these customers to embrace an electric version will require more than just marketing. It will require proof that Chevy can deliver a product that meets their expectations. Industry implications. The Silverado crisis isn't just a Chevrolet problem, it's a reflection of the broader challenges facing the auto industry. From supply chain disruptions to the pressure to innovate, automakers are navigating a complex landscape where mistakes can have far-reaching consequences. Chevy's struggles highlight the risks of prioritizing speed over quality in an industry where trust and reputation are paramount. As automakers race to roll out new models and technologies, the Silverado serves as a cautionary tale of what can happen when corners are cut or resources are stretched too thin. For competitors, the lessons are clear. Reliability and consistency still matter. While innovation is essential, it can't come at the expense of the core qualities that customers expect from their vehicles. Chevy's experience underscores the importance of balancing progress with accountability, a lesson that other automakers would do well to heed. The role of leadership. At the heart of this crisis is the question of leadership. Chevrolet's corporate decision makers have a crucial role to play in steering the brand through these turbulent times. The way they respond, both in terms of addressing the immediate issues and implementing long-term changes, will determine whether the Silverado can recover its reputation. So far, Chevy's response has been mixed. While the company has acknowledged some of the problems, many owners feel that the actions taken haven't gone far enough. Recalls, extended warranties, and customer support programs are a start, but they need to be paired with a clear commitment to rebuilding trust. This is also a moment for transparency. Silverado owners want to know what went wrong, why it happened, and what steps Chevy is taking to ensure it doesn't happen again. Without open communication, the brand risks alienating its most loyal customers and losing their trust for good. A path forward? Despite the challenges, there's still hope for the Silverado. Chevrolet has an opportunity to turn this crisis into a turning point, proving that it can adapt, innovate, and prioritize its customers. The path forward will require significant effort, but it's not impossible. One key step is investing in quality control. Ensuring that every Silverado leaving the factory meets the highest standards is essential to restoring confidence in the brand. This might mean slowing down production, allocating more resources to inspections, or reevaluating design and manufacturing processes. Another important move is listening to customers. Chevy needs to engage with Silverado owners, addressing their concerns directly and showing that their feedback matters. Programs that offer financial support for repairs, transparent updates on fixes, and exclusive incentives for loyal customers could go a long way in rebuilding relationships. Finally, Chevy must balance its focus on the future with its commitment to the present. While the electric Silverado is an exciting prospect, the current lineup still plays a critical role in the brand's identity and success. By giving equal attention to both, Chevy can ensure that its transition to EVs doesn't come at the expense of its existing customer base. What does this mean for Silverado owners? For Silverado owners, the road ahead is uncertain. While some may choose to stick with their trucks and weather the storm, others are likely weighing their options, considering whether it's time to move on. Either way, the decisions Chevy makes in the coming months will play a pivotal role in shaping those choices. Will the Silverado regain its status as a symbol of reliability and strength, or will this crisis mark the beginning of its decline? The answers remain to be seen, but one thing is clear: the stakes have never been higher for Chevy and for its loyal drivers. But what's your thoughts on this? Let's know in the comments below.